every now and then I get emails from people that are talking about events that are coming up, and I did the other day, and it really touched me. It's about an event that's coming up in at Hammersmith, and it's a choral event. It's got the Welsh male voice choir there, along with Darius from one of the pop star opera competitions, pop star to opera star competitions. It's going to be called I think it's ConcertInTheSquare. And the mainstay behind this is a lady called Edel O'Meara, and I'm delighted to say she joins me on the line. How you doing, Edel?
Hey, Big George, how are you doing?
Not bad at all. Now then, can you tell me what your interest in putting this concert on is?
Well, actually, it's called ConcertInTheSquare, and it's on Saturday at 6:30 in St. Peter's Square in Hammersmith, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's for leukemia research and also another charity for children. And I was diagnosed about 2 years ago with a condition, a pre-leukemic condition called MDS, and I was just on Facebook one day looking it up and came across a wonderful guy called Alan Watkins, whose father had died of leukemia, was in this Welsh choir and has dedicated this concert to his father, and started it last year, and this is the second year, but this year we joined forces. He had his neighbour is Trevor Nunn, he had all the people from the arts, and I'm up at King's University Hospital under Professor Mufti, so I had the medics, so we joined together, and it's going to be fabulous, and I hope you're coming.
Well, if it's this weekend, there's a very good chance. Now, let's go back to when you was diagnosed. I mean, what was the run-up to that?
Well, it was quite strange. I was in ways fortunate. My family, a lot of them were doctors, and my father died when I was very young, and I actually remember at his funeral an uncle who'd lost a child to bone cancer at about 15 years old the year before my dad died came up to me. I thought he was going to give me money, because in Ireland they'll give you money at a funeral, and he was like, I've got to tell you something. And he said, you've always got to be very careful. And I was so young, I was like the guys barking. But actually, about 5 or 6 of my females in my family died of leukemia, and about 2 years ago I started to bruise badly and bleed. I went to my doctor. She was like, it's probably the menopause and all that stuff. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And it went on for a bit, and eventually I was bruising so badly, she sent me up to Wimbledon, and they did a bone marrow biopsy and said I had a pre-leukemic condition, which it's called myeloid dysplasia, and basically it means that the bone marrow is not working, and eventually would turn into acute myeloid leukemia, which once it does that, it's very, very dangerous. It's not good. So
what's the situation with you at the moment?
Well, I'm very lucky. I was diagnosed very early. It's just very early. So I'm just monitored. I'm very lucky, but I do get tired, and I get transfusions for iron and that. But this is how it all happened, because I went up to King's University Hospital, and when I saw the people with leukemia and, who are full-blown and obviously very ill, and they do research up there, which is what this concert, Alan Watkins and ConcertInTheSquare, it's raising money for for research into bone marrow transplant, stem cells and all the stuff that they're doing now, and it's amazing what they're doing. And it sort of became human to me. You always think of research as professors and all that, but it became incredibly human. It's just very amicable doctors who look after very sick patients. I mean,
what's incredible about your story is that leukemia is a major part of your life, isn't it? I mean, it's been a devastating part of your life as well.
Yeah, it has. It has. I mean, I've lost, I don't want to say probably, but I've lost every generation basically to leukemia. It's very close to me. Fortunately, probably, when I saw, when I started to feel a bit odd and bruise and bleed, I said it to the doctor, I think I've got leukemia, and she was like, oh, Edel, you don't. I'm sure it's something else. But then very quickly they turned it around, thank God. They sent me up to King's, and Professor Mufti is the top world specialist. So we're very lucky in London to have Professor Mufti and his team, and they keep me monitored. They do blood tests, and so they check it as it progresses. You can stay stable for a while. People with leukemia obviously have the cancer full on, with what I've got, you can stay stable for a while, and then so a lot of people go undiagnosed. And I actually had a friend in Italy who died because he couldn't get to King's; it was too expensive. So I'm lucky. But the concert in the square, all the money goes. Darius has given up his time. Plenty of celebrities are coming. I know some EastEnders from the bill. We're hoping Trevor Nunn's going to come because he lives in the square. And everybody. It's not for. We're promoting the doctors and the celebrities because we need to raise attention for leukemia. But concert in the square, it's about getting people involved. All you listeners out there, it's when you hear leukemia, I'm sure every single person out listening has got someone who died of cancer, or someone in the family. It's just to get involved in it. It's a fabulous night for people to come along and mix with the stars, meet Darius, and get involved. And I love the idea. Concert in the square, Hammersmith, St. Peter's Square is beautiful. It's a lovely venue. It's a big venue for people. There's going to be a champagne reception. So it's just to get everybody involved in raising awareness for leukemia and leukemia research. And I think it's terrific. And I hope you're coming, Big George.
Well, as I said, it's a weekend. It's like we wish you all the best. Edel, thank you very much indeed. Tickets are £15. If you want to know more, go to the website, ConcertInTheSquare.com. Edel, thank you very much indeed for joining me.